gorgeous humans. My name is Gillian Bauer and I'm your go-to mindset and life transformation coach, here to help you navigate life's transitions with grace, sass and a little bit of badassery. So welcome to my channel. Here we dive into all things menopositive, Shiro's Academy and everything in between that empowers you to elevate, excel and embrace your full potential. So if you like my content, please consider subscribing and hitting that bell button to get reminders of when new content is out. So, are you ready to transform part 2 of your life into the best part yet? Let's get started. Are you feeling overwhelmed by the demands of daily life and looking for effective ways to manage stress? You are not alone. Stress is a common challenge, but with the right tools and strategies, you can manage it effectively and prioritise your well-being. Stress will happen, stresses will happen, but it's about managing it to the best. We live in a society where stress is like part of everyday life. So if you have these tools and strategies in your belt, then hopefully it won't swing it too far that your life is just full of stress, and we can make some of the good things come through too. So here today I'm going to share some essential tips for stress management and also include some self-care in there as well. So let's dive in. So let's talk about understanding stress and its impact. So as a mindset and life coach, I specialise in helping women navigate life's transitions and reduce that stress through effective self-care practices. Stress is a natural response to challenging situations. It's kind of your brain will do it. It's that you'll have heard of the fight and flight mode, but chronic stress can take its toll on your physical and mental health, and that's what we're trying to avoid here. It's like carrying a heavy backpack all day. Eventually it will wear you down. So that's why there's an importance of stress management and self-care. So managing stress and practicing self-care are crucial just for maintaining balance and well-being. They help you recharge, stay resilient and approach challenges with a clear mind. Think of self-care as refueling your car. You can't run on empty. Regular maintenance ensures that you keep going and you perform at your best. So let's have some practical stress management tips. Tip 1, identify what your stresses are. Take some time to identify what's causing your stress. Knowing what the triggers are in the first place, it's the first step to helping you manage them effectively. Tip number 2, practice mindfulness and meditation. Mindfulness and meditation help you stay present and they reduce anxiety. Even just a few minutes a day can make a huge difference. Apps like Headspace or Calm can be super helpful. Tip number 3, stay organised. Keeping a schedule or a to-do list can help you manage your time and reduce the feeling of being overwhelmed. Prioritise tasks and break them down into manageable steps. Tip number 4, exercise. Exercise regularly. Physical activity is a great way to relieve stress. It boosts your mood and it helps you feel more relaxed. So find an activity you enjoy. Could be yoga, walking or dancing. Tip number 5, connect with others. Try talking to friends, family, a therapist, coach, anyone who can provide some sort of support and a different perspective. Sharing your feelings can lighten that emotional load. So the power of self-care in all of this. Self-care is about taking intentional actions to nurture your physical, emotional and mental health. It's not selfish, it's necessary. So think of self-care as putting on your oxygen mask before helping others. You have to take care of yourself to be able to take care of those around you. So let's have some practical self-care tips. Tip number 1, prioritise sleep. This is the hardest one everybody finds, but aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night. Good sleep is essential for managing stress and overall health. Create a bedtime routine that helps you wind down. I spoke recently in a room full of people, and some of them were like 18, 19, 20, and they were horrified when I said what I'm about to say. But put your phone down an hour before you go to bed. You do not need to have your phone in your hand all of the time. You do not. My phone particularly has a sleep. I'm not sure. It has this profile on it where at a certain time on night and a certain time in the morning, it can't access anything. It switches, it kind of goes into sleep mode, because no matter how much you think, you do not need your phone. You do not need to have it in your hand. You do not need to see what so-and-so's done on Instagram or Facebook. Or you do not need to know it. You don't need to know it. The blue screen stops you sleeping. So try it for 10 minutes extra every day. Just pop your phone to one side, put it in a drawer, just leave it. I never have my phone in my hand. I just don't do it. Yes, I accept I'm probably a little bit older than a lot of people, but it's just not a habit that I've ever got into. It can really, really distract you, and it stops you sleeping. So prioritise your sleep. First step, put the phone to one side an hour before you go to bed, and just see how much better you sleep. I actually use my phone for an alarm clock, so it's a little bit of contradiction in terms there, but it's only for the alarm clock. I don't have it open, I don't have it on. So try that one and let me know how you get on. I wonder how many people went, oh, I couldn't possibly do without my phone. Yeah, you can. There was a time when we didn't have mobile phones. Imagine that, people. Tip number 2, and move on. Eat nourishing foods. Talked about this before in other videos. So a balanced diet, it fuels your body and your mind. So include plenty of fruit, vegetables, whole grains and lean proteins. Avoid excessive caffeine and sugar, because that can increase anxiety. Tip number 3, set boundaries. Learn to say no to commitments that don't serve you. Setting boundaries protects your time and your energy. I've spoken in another video about how I developed a chronic illness a few years ago, and setting boundaries was crucial to me getting myself, my body and my mind and my spirit back into a place where I could be me again. I had to learn to say no to everything that wasn't serving me anymore. And I'm not saying it's easy. It's not so easy setting boundaries, and I had to do some very strange things, like even not reading, because when you're reading, your mind goes into overdrive and your imagination kicks in, and I had to sort of watch things, just mindless television, things that didn't really serve any purpose to me, to just stop my brain from overworking itself. And it's a thing called pacing, and you have to go through quite a long series of every hour, mapping out what you did and what actually made you ill, and it's kind of a huge process, but the boundaries is a massive part of it. So learn to say no to commitments that do not serve you. It protects your time and your energy and your health, particularly your mental health. Tip number 4, engage in activities you enjoy. So make time for hobbies and activities that bring you joy, that you like, that make you smile. Whether it's reading, gardening, crafting, whatever it might be, these activities can be a great way to relax and recharge. Tip number 5, practice gratitude. Focus on the positive aspects in your life. Keeping a gratitude journal can help shift your mindset and reduce stress. I have a great beginner's guide to journaling and practicing gratitude, which I'll pop the link below, because it is super helpful. Once you get into gratitude journaling, it's one of those habits that stick with you for life, and you really do benefit from it. Some of the best coaches in the world say that that was the one switch when they started journaling on a daily basis. That's what made them become far more empowered. So there was a time when I felt overwhelmed by stress and struggled to find balance. Everybody does. I know they do. I had a particularly awful time coming up to 10 years ago now, when I'll not go into too much detail, but I was married for a very long time and it all just went absolutely wrong, terribly wrong. So my whole life was tipped on its head. I'd moved to Edinburgh in Scotland. I didn't live near my family, and so I had to totally relocate again, and it was a huge stressful part of my life. I had to incorporate mindfulness, regular exercise, and set up those all important boundaries. I had to reduce my stress levels and prioritise me and my well-being. So it was not an overnight change. It took a hell of a lot of time and effort, but the results are worth it. So now I'm much more resilient and far better equipped to handle life's little challenges or huge challenges. So remember, managing stress and practicing self-care are essential for this well-being, for you and your well-being. So by identifying your stressors, staying organised and prioritising self-care, you can reduce your stress and enhance your quality of life. Let me know which of these tips you found helpful, and let's master stress management together. Make self-care a priority in our lives. So thank you for joining me today. If you liked this video, please don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe and ring the bell so you never miss an update. And remember, fabulous ladies, your potential is limitless. Let's stay connected. Follow me on social media for more tips, inspiration and empowerment. Until next time, keep it classy, sassy and a little bit badassy. Bye.